All right, so let's get right into it. And so we're already in crash mode because of this signal up here. Okay. We already knew because of our system, it told us that this would be the time when price would be going down. Okay. What are we looking for after this? We're looking for more signs of weaknesses. There's a couple of things that can happen. Okay. If we were to draw a trend line from these two tops right here at the core, this would give us a point. And then at that point we would have some support if this this was very strong. Right now it's just one wick, two wick, and then we broke through and we're sitting here. So on a smaller chart you might see that come up, okay, but that's not the weaknesses we're really looking for. We're actually including all of this data, okay, as I pointed out from my previous video. All of this, okay, all of that was included already in this. And how do we know that? Okay, so I know this chart is a little bit messy, but I need to have it this way for a very specific reason. So let's do some things. Again, we had this support here, this support here. Okay, I don't use moving averages. I actually draw the actual chart because as I always teach, that price itself is the best indicator. Okay, so we saw price coming down in a wick here, a wick here, a wick here, and a wick here, and so we connect all of those parabolically, accurately as well. Okay, and that's why I have these green lines here. Okay, see, I'm connecting them almost exactly to the T. Let's delete that. Okay, do you see that bottom? I mean, we're touching them as pretty accurate as we can get. With parabolics, it's hard to draw. I'll need to save that for a different day, but just suffice to know that this is a wave of momentum, okay? And these waves are recorded in price, okay? Now there was another wave here, okay? Coming down, okay? I get that. I know that, okay? There was this blue wave here, okay? This usually indicates that price would go up. But because we went up and we hit this other wave here, how can we continue going any higher? An object in motion will continue in motion until it's hit by an object of equal or more stronger force, okay? So when we're seeing price come up to these areas, as I explained in my previous videos, price came up, hit this new roof, okay, from all of that going on. And now what do? We expected lower prices. And I call this actually in live. I think I call that one live in one of my videos. Because I had originally had expected the price targets up here, and I completely missed that wave. But when I saw it, I immediately drew it. And you will see this on lots of different charts. And that's just how we can get a lot of projections going on. So we know from everything we've drawn that the top is there. Okay, where that arrow is, that was the top where I began drawing this video. Now, I'm going to explain this in our video, my commentary video, in another commentary video that I have posted. I tried posting this last night, this commentary video, and then I realized that I wasn't recording my screen while I was doing the commentary video. So I had one video going with the commentary, and then the other recording my screen. So now I'm just doing it all in once. But maybe one day when I'll have a better setup, we'll do that. But let's do this. I'm gonna show you the projection, okay? Why do I think XRP is going to 25 cents? Okay. This last leg run, okay, we were on the daily chart, we came where's my cursor? There we go. Came down, came up, came down, and we came up here. What we simply do is we mark this chart, this point from the top to the top. You can even do core to core, but I'm just marking the highest points of these, okay? And what that looks like is I take the very tallest point, okay? And I start a line there, okay? If I was drawing this, I would just take a trend line, go to that very point where they match, okay, right there. Okay, do you guys see it? And then I would stretch out that line and you measure it. Okay, this is how you do it. This is how you do this projection. And then you come to the very bottom of where this is. Okay? I'm gonna turn off volume for a second. And then you take that line, you can either move that line itself or you can just duplicate the line. Okay, we're not looking for this as a trend line, we're just looking for the heights. You click on those 3 bars, click on clone. Again, 3 bars, click on clone. Okay, I take this line and now I'm going to start that in that same area where I drew the circle. Okay, look at this. Okay, take this. There it is. Okay, so I made that the height here. Where does that leave me? Approximately 25%, 25 cents. Okay, this is why I believe we're going to be hitting 25 cents. Okay, because this run is a lot bigger than people think. It's this. Okay, and it could be more, but I believe that after 25 cents, I personally believe for a lot of reasons, we won't be able to invest anymore. Whether the blackout will stop all exchanges or internet shut down at that time. Yes, I believe that, okay, because of what I've investigated, okay. Now my charts are telling me we're falling, but where are we falling today? Well, that depends on speed, okay, I'm talking a little bit more about this in my other videos. But this depends on how quickly price is falling into this weekend and into this month. Now, because of the signal that just came up, why do we have a signal right now? Okay, so right now I'm going to delete these blue lines because we don't need those anymore. They serve their purpose as support. Okay, I'm also going to um, delete this line. This one served its purpose too. Okay, I think we got that one from I'm just extending it out and you can see support here, okay, these lines. There's 2 lines I draw on prices and you try to draw accurately, but I do charts on 2 ways. I'll do it on a standard candles and I'll also do it on Heiken Ashi, which is this one right here, okay. And when I do Heiken Ashi, it gives us a simplified version of the chart and you can still get the same story, but sometimes I'll turn on a Heiken Ashi to see signals I wouldn't see normally, or just to get confirmation about something I wouldn't see normally. Okay, but they are still signals nonetheless. You just get a more powerful signal on Heiken Ashi. However, so you can see this, okay, it's still the same signals. However, the reason I turn on candles is because I get more of an earlier signal on standard candles. Okay, so if you're just starting out, you may want to turn on Heiken Ashi and then just draw. Okay, practice your drawing, connect the dots. Okay, just like you learned when you were young. Okay, connect those dots, and you're gonna see those trades come before your eyes. Okay, you can call them. Okay, and but I use candles because it's early, and Heiken Ashi because I'm more uh, get a more stronger signal, and you can kind of weed out the stuff that's not as important. Okay, that's Heiken Ashi, and they're just calculated using a little bit different formula. The other reason you can use Heiken Ashi is if you are a person who doesn't clean your elbows so much. If you like to be ashy and have ashy elbows, I definitely recommend Heiken Ashi. Okay, so just remember that. Now, why do we see this signal here? Let's look. Okay, highlighter. Came down. Let's give me a better color. Let's do this magenta. No, it doesn't show up good. Purple. Yeah, just do yellow so you guys can see it maybe better. You can click on the opacity by clicking on there and then turn your opacity. I'm using that more so that I don't confuse a lot of my new users, and you can just fade out a line that's not as important, make it stronger. But you can still see it's there if you needed it in the future, depending on what price is going. Because I draw like this, I draw price maps. That's what I do. When you're following me, you're watching for the price map. I'm watching, looking for what obstacles are ahead of us, in front of us, what I'm looking for. That's what I'm doing. Okay, that's what I do as a technical analyst in my chart room. So if it's your first time watching my chart room or looking at my charts, all you need to know is that I'm watching for what's happening ahead and reacting and seeing how price reacts to those lines in conjunction with other methods that I use to find trading signals. Okay, now so let's get into this. So I'll get back into it. I came up, came down, came down, came up, bounced, came up, and we didn't bounce. We came down, and then what did we do? Then we bounced. Okay, do you see how we bounced on this line right here? Okay, this red line. I hope everyone's watching. Okay, very carefully. You want to take notes. You're connecting wick to wick or core to core. You are not connecting wick to core. You're connecting core to core and wick to wick. Okay, that's how you do it. That's the secret. Wick to wick, core to core. Let it tell a story. Okay, so there's a few lines we can see from all of this, and I'll draw some live examples. Okay, so we see this red line. Okay, if we didn't have that line and I was drawing this and I wanted to see what price was doing. Now remember, these are 4-hour chart lines. I come to get a trend line, I come to the core, I come to the wick here of the candle, come down, I connecting it to that one, the swing low of this. Okay, this price came up, price came down, swing, and let's pull it up and see what happens. Okay, so we're coming here, but there's a few other things. There's a pattern here. This core was here, so it changes the angle. So let's lower that angle just a little bit to try to match or get an average when you see these clusters. Okay, see this? Touch, touch, touch. That's more accurate. And then what happens is we see price come down and came right back up into this area. If I were to turn back on my standard candles, you're going to see the same story. See that? Wick to wick. Now let's draw what happens. Let's draw another one. If we were drawing core to core, I'm drawing from the bottom of the red to the bottom of these, whatever the lowest ones were. So you're making like a clock, and you're trying not to go above that line. Where those lines intersect, I'm drawing core to core, and that gives me a point. And if you were looking really closely, you may see that price came down and came up to this area, came down, came up to that area, and it could not break through this area. It was reacting to those lines. So there's some power there. When you see that it reacted powerfully, we look in a sword method, a very simple sword method, is taking that pain point and drawing a horizontal line. Now, this is a very, very minute example. To see this better, I'm going to turn on a 1-hour chart to see what was actually happening there. Okay. And let's do the same story again. And when I draw a sword method, I always turn it orange. Okay. So again, core to core. This is a 1-hour chart, and we saw price came up, came down, came up, came right up to here, and then we saw price rejecting off of this trend line. So we knew there's a sell in that area. That's where you see this price came down, did a wide swing. The wider, the better. It touched the line and kissed it. I love you. And then came down. Okay. The other lines, the other core lines, okay, you can draw here, here, connect those bottoms, and they tell a story of a sword method. Okay, where do they cross? Here. Look at that. More reasons. More reasons. When price passes through, these guys lost. So you mark that point where they lost, where they first lost. That's the pain point. That's the sword method. Okay, you draw that. Let's draw another here. Okay. Oh, what is this? What is that? Do you guys see it here? Okay, price came down, came up. Do you see it? Kiss that line. And then we went down. Okay, this is on a 1 hour chart. You would see that on maybe a 15-minute chart if you were looking on a 15-minute chart. Okay, look at that. Okay, you would have said, oh, why are we going down for today? You know, and this is 15 minutes. So this is what, a whole day's worth of trading almost? Or the few hours of trading from 22 o'clock, what's it, 10 p.m., 12 p.m., 11 p.m., something like that. It's from 17 p.m., so let's see, 5 to about what, 11 p.m. You're seeing price going down, and you're wondering what's happening to price. You have no idea. Well, it's all there. All the information is available for you guys when you know how to draw. And I want you to practice your drawing. I want everyone to practice your drawing, so you can see what price is actually telling you, because your charts are always speaking to you guys. They're always speaking. Okay, it's like the Lord. Once great man of God, he told me, the Lord's always speaking. You're just not always listening. Not comparing charts to the Lord, that's kind of a bad example. But, in the same kind of manner, there's things that are right in front of your faces. And if you don't know how to read the language, or you don't speak that language, or you don't take the time to see and understand those language, or go around to those who are sharing that language, you're going to miss out. And this is why you can hang around the men and women of God, as the Bible says, forsake not the assembling of them together, as some are in the manner of doing so. Okay, because there's a unity, there's a strength that comes when you're around other people who are going in the right direction. There's a strength from people being around the people of God as well. Amen. Now, why do I expect price going down today? Check this out. Came down, came up. Where did we come down to? There are not just these horizontal lines. These vertical lines. There are horizontal lines at major points. Okay. The cores and the wicks, but the cores are more powerful because you'll see more cores sitting than just a wick. Maybe there's a one wick, so it's not as powerful. And a lot of people who you teach trend lines, they may not tell you this, but I'm telling you this. Okay, it took me 10 years to learn this stuff. Okay, how many cores are sitting here? 2. How many cores are sitting on the wick? 1. Which is more stronger? This one. Cores on a higher time frame. You draw them cores, you're going to be successful. You're going to see a lot more times that everything in conjunction starts telling a story. Okay, and then when I turn back on volume in just a second, this is really going to make sense for y'all. Okay, and you're gonna see it in just a moment. Okay, so what did we see? What did we see at this point? Look, guys, look. I love it. Price came up, sat down on the line, couldn't pass the line. Okay, and we had a wide swing, and then came up to that line. We need that wide swing. Okay, wide and up. Kissed it. The next 4 hours, it tried 4 hours trying to go to this line, fooling people, losing money. Oh, we're gonna break out to the top, and you're losing, because this is really telling a story of something else that's going to happen soon. And the next candle told us we were going down. Now, where are we right now? We're breaking through. What is most likely going to happen? Most likely we have 2 hours and 41 minutes. That's right here we're kind of near this mouse that I leave on the calendar, the clock. And that gives us 2 hours and 41 minutes left in this candle. This is a 4-hour chart. So we have 2 hours and 41 minutes to come down to here. Is it likely? Yes. Price, where could price go? It could probably hit the sword method up here, kiss it, and come right back down. I can't tell you how many times I'll see price come up to one of my sword methods and then close on one of the hard close. I call this a hard close. So if you follow any of my teachings, this is what I call a hard close. I don't know what anybody else calls it, but this is what I call it because I trade using this method that I created called the sword method. And if you find anyone else who uses a similar method to me, praise God. But they didn't teach me, and I don't know who they are. And I wish there was more people like teaching this stuff when I was learning. Now, let's read the volume because that's going to tell us the real story. Okay, so let's turn back on our object tree, come down to your volume, and I'm going to click on show. Okay, oh, I have two volumes, I only need one. If you wanted to update your volume, you can click on your volume there, and you can click on style, and then click on that little box, and you can have it as either the lines, which are really, oh, not lines, the histogram, which is really thin, and you can do that if you like. But what I find easier on my eyes, I like it. These big thick columns, they tell me what I need to know. Boom, bam, bada bing, bada boom, or as the Italians say, I don't know how they say. What do we got? On this candle, this large up candle, we have what is called ultra high volume, as they teach in volume spread analysis. And if you're new to volume spread analysis and you want to learn volume spread analysis, again, I recommend the company Trade Guider. They have free ebooks for signing up for some of their materials. You can read them. I recommend joining their group. They have a good community of traders, or at least getting their access to their library, so you can start reading how to read volume spread analysis on their own. I'm not paid or endorsed by Trade Guider. They don't even know. I was a customer for them for a while, learning volume spread analysis. Very interesting stuff. And when I use volume spread analysis in conjunction with the sword methods, oh my gosh, great signals. You're great because you can understand what's happening. The language of a chart, for the most part, is volume, and you can understand. You'll be more confident with your signals if you do use any other form of technical analysis. As anyway, okay, so we see a big, large up candle on high volume, ultra high volume. We can tell how high a volume is in a nutshell by seeing the middle line. Okay, this line, it comes standard. Okay, that's the average line. When you see price hitting up way above these lines, it's called ultra high volume. And you want to pay attention to what's happening at those points. Okay, so we see ultra high volume on candle number 1. Okay, if this was buying, the next candle in all that volume right here that we see was buying, then the next candle should absolutely be an up green bar, but it's not. It's a candle that has a very, very thin spread. Okay, volume spread analysis. Look how tiny that is. And the wicks are ultra high coming down on both sides. This is usually an indicator of a shakeout. When you see a shakeout, usually price is going to continue in that same direction, but for a single candle basis and not a large shakeout, like that kind of shakeout. What we are expecting is the next candle to be somewhere still within that same range, meaning it's not going to go straight down. Oh my gosh, why is this so squiggly? Because I'm so zoomed in, I think. Okay. So we were expecting this to mark as a high. We see a very thin spread on lower volume. Look at that. Look at that. The next candle should be up. If this was all buying and we were really going up, then why is the volume so small and we're actually didn't even cross the line? The reason is because that wasn't buying. This volume you see from candle A is confirmed by candle B as selling. All selling has to take place into an up move, and all buying has to take place into a down move. The confirmation for that would be another candle on low volume on an up bar, meaning if the next candle, if we end at, what is this, 2:35, so in next 2 hours, if we see price doing a candle like this and it's green and the volume is lower than this bar, that's even more heavy confirmation that this set tells me we're going down. Now I've been trading enough to, you know, see this. If that people use sometimes that alone as a confirmation. Me, I'm using a lot of things in combination. I'm looking at what's already happened. We're already in the middle of a sell signal. So now we're waiting for our next support slash resistance. I know it's here, here, so I know it's at this point. Okay. Oh, we drew that really bad. I know it's at this point. Okay, we drew the line. That's where I already am expecting my resistance levels. And because I see a floor here, okay, with my beautiful house, because I see a floor here, how can we have higher prices? We need a major surge of buying. And if they were going to be buying, wouldn't the buying occur down here? Look at the volume on these. Why did the volume increase at the top? That's because it's a fake out, guys. It's a fake out. They're trying to get you into a rally. Oh yeah, we're going up. We're going up. No, we're not. This is selling. They're actually selling into all the suckers here who are like, woohoo, we're going higher. And they're telling you, the volume should be growing here. And yet we have this, look at the gap of these volume. It's huge. Okay? So that tells us a lot. It tells us what's really happening in this set. And now, I mean, we're just having a conversation here. And look at, you already see price having a hard time just trying to stay above this line. If you're going to start swimming your hardest, you're going to get a running head start down here in these areas. And then you're going to go higher. Okay? That's how it works. That's how it works, guys. Okay, you need that running head start. And that's why I also love, I told you about the kiss, the swinging kiss, because when you see this wide swings at these points, you have plenty of time to look into it and read the volume and see what's actually happening. Okay, and it begins to tell you a story. Okay, so I'll leave this video here so it won't get too long. Again, we are expecting the next down wave. As a quick projection, let's do a quick projection. Okay, so we can tell you what I'm expecting for XRP for today. And and yeah, and guys, don't worry about it. If you don't, even if you're not following along, you're just about trading up and down. Don't worry about it. You're gonna make a lot of money anyway, just buying and selling, holding XRP. Because guys, even 61 cents is a great price. I'm a trader, so I like getting better prices. Okay, currently, because of this current leg, I would expect some support at 55. Okay, so I'm gonna put my support there at 55. Okay. Um, and I won't go into some MACD lessons today. But for now, you just need to know that if you were looking to sell and get out for a better price, this is what I would do because this is what I'm already doing. 55. Now, me, I'm kind of holding for um, the long-term crash right here, but it depends on how fast it goes this weekend. If it takes a long time, what I mean by speed, if we take a long time to get to 55 and we come into this weekend, like meaning Friday and Saturday, no, I'm out. I'm gonna just gonna buy at 55. I don't mind missing out on that. Unless we get to the weekend pretty clear, and there's just a lot of personal reasons I have for that. I sense a lot of danger coming up, with the whole reset. If these were any other circumstances, trading would be great. There's always trades, guys. There's always trades on every market. Almost every currency, there's some kind of trade up and down. Some are way better than others. If you know how to short, you can make money going down. You can accumulate shares at the very least, um, like I do. But don't sweat it. After the Great Reset, there's going to be tons of trades. Okay, there's going to be lots of opportunities to buy and sell. There's always a market. There always is. So don't get greedy. Don't worry about, oh, I'm missing out on everything. Especially if you know you're not a person who should be trading. Your order entries, or you're not really good at that, and then just buy and hold. You're going to be okay. But for right now, we are still, we're looking here, about the 55 range for maybe today. Now, let's measure about how long it should take. Okay, So let's take a highlighter. If I measured from this to here, okay, that's giving me July 14th. Okay, this is July 12th to 14th, so about 2 days. So about 2 more days we can hit this. This would be July 17th. Is that feasible? No, not 2 days. Yeah, 12th to the 14th. Yeah, 12th to the 14th, 2 days. So 14, 15, 16. So around July 16th, we could be looking. We can be looking there. That's a good general base. The other thing is that when prices fall, they usually fall faster than they rise. Okay, so we could hit it by today. But a slow speed would be 2 days. Usually it's about half of that. Okay. Okay, those are just some general predictions on when we'll hit 55 cents. I know I'm getting a lot of questions in the chat room about, well, when is price going to hit this and that, and do you see any support at 55? Well, here's a live example, guys, 55 cents. So enjoy your Wednesday. I'm gonna go eat some tacos and have some peace, guys. I really don't see XRP mooning tonight, but as we get closer and closer to 25 cents, um, that's the ideal range for me. And depending on how hot things are getting, I could just very well just say, hey, I'm just going to take my 55 cents and I'm going to hold. But as of right now, I am still very bearish before we get to the moon. And I think we're going to be mooning down here at 25 cents, as some of the other men and women of God have said and have dreamed and prophesied. And also, as the comms tell us about the phoenix rising from the ashes, there has to be some ashes. And maybe maybe we'll do another video later or in the morning about Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin. You can see it's almost exactly the same setup. If you're new or if you're trading Bitcoin, guys, I do not recommend Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, guys, so many reasons why. But even tonight is another reason to not be in Bitcoin. We already had our top up here, which we called. Okay, I called that, and then there was another sell here we did from our the other video, and then today I saw this one coming in, so we drew that arrow before we even hit that target. And I told everybody, I said, look, I'm expecting to sell. We were about right there, and I said, everybody, there's gonna be a sell at this line, and then what happened? Boom, to the T. Look at that. I'm zooming in. I'm zooming in and we hit that to the T. This happens all the time with this sword method, okay, guys? This is very, one day I'll charge millions of dollars for these secrets and I won't be posting them on YouTube. No, I would never do that. These secrets belong to the people who are going to be doing good things with their money. They're going to be belonging to the people of God. I bless all of you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having fun trading. I always have such a good time trading. I know that's not the case for a lot of people. There's a lot of turmoil because you're talking about tens and thousands of dollars on the line. You're talking about millions of dollars for some of you. But I've been doing trading for quite a bit and using this method very very accurately. I have a 19 years trading experience, 10 years very unsuccessfully. I didn't become successful trading until my 11th year, and then I really started using all of that experience to perfect my methods. I would lose a trade and say, what did I miss? How did what was the exact drawing technique? And I just kept focusing on drawing and drawing and drawing. And then I have another method which I use using MACD, which I haven't taught anybody. That's a little more advanced thing. I don't use MACD like everyone else teaches or anyone I've ever seen teach. I use it very differently, but in a very good way. And one day I'll share with you guys that, but maybe not on YouTube, maybe privately. When I meet you all in person, maybe we'll do like a cruise or something, and or something. I don't know. Maybe in the future, after all the great reset is over, maybe we'll host a trading lesson course for like 2 days or 3 days. Having everybody draw. We'll get everybody iPads, something like that. And in the future, we'll see. We'll see how things play out. Okay. And God bless you all, and have a great day. See ya.